Yo, what's going on, Exile? Today I'm going to show you how to easily beat Rathbreaker in Act 2 of Path of Exile 2. Now, once you make it to Act 2, you are going to have the Ardura Caravan and then the Vistiri Outskirts. It's a level 16 recommended area. I'm level 18 after beating Count Gianor at the end of Act 1. But what you're going to want to do is basically just explore this entire area until you find him. Now, Rathbreaker is a melee damaging boss, so he has your very standard slashes and swipes as his main attacks, but something that he will do when it comes to a combo is he will slash and kind of pulse out this projection of air 2 times. He'll go like that, and then he will kind of rear back a little bit, pulse red, and he will do a really big one. He does kind of do this move in a straight line, so if you're off to the side of him or behind him, you will be able to avoid it. Now, when you first enter the boss arena, there are going to be some mobs that are kind of what Rathbreaker is, which is like a hyena minotaur thing, centaur thing, and these guys will basically just chuck giant spears at you. You got to take out these couple of dudes along with damaging Rathbreaker. At different points within this fight as well, Rathbreaker will call upon other smaller hyenas, and they will basically pour in from both the left and the right of the boss arena, and they can try to swarm you. You want to make sure that you are on ad control, but you are also watching out for Rathbreaker himself.
Hey there, this is Editing Oborrok. Something I want to mention. You really want to make sure that you are staying very close to Rathbreaker basically throughout the entirety of the fight, but especially when he's getting ready to spawn mobs, because if you don't, this is what it looks like when you are roaming around the boss arena during him calling in mobs.
Now, those hyena, centaur, minotaur dudes that are actually in the boss arena with you while you are fighting Rathbreaker are not the only ones. There are also some that are on the outskirts of the boss arena, up on like the cliff, and they will basically rain down a giant barrage of those arrows that the ones in the boss arena are kind of chucking at you, and they will kind of do this in an angled direction, and it'll basically start from back here, and it'll just a bunch of arrows raining down. And lastly, there's one more move that Rathbreaker will do where basically he'll kind of clutch his weapon and he'll charge it up, and then he will slam it down really hard into the ground. All right, and after about 30 minutes of getting pinned by enemies on the way to the boss, we have made it to Raider's Cliffs. I'm gonna throw out some grenades to get rid of the mobs right there. Watch out for the arrows. And then watch out for these swings coming from Rathbreaker himself. Watch out for the big swing right there. We're just going to hit him with everything we got. Big damage. He's going to run. Watch out for the stray arrows. Just keep moving. Watch out for all these little melees, slams, and swings. I'm gonna try to get a stun on him as quick as possible. Really got to watch out for these arrows. There we go. We got a stun on him. Throw some nades on him because here come the hyenas also. Big swing. Keep that damage, get a little heal. Keep going around in circles, drop some grenades or whatever you got. Help you with some ad clear. There we go. Couple more hits, and there we go. Rathbreaker is down. Now we gotta deal with all of those guys. I hope this quick guide on how to beat Rathbreaker in Path of Exile 2 Act 2 was helpful. Your time is incredibly valuable, so thank you very much for spending any of it watching and or listening to me explain how to get this done, and I will catch you in the next Path of Exile 2 boss guide. Have an awesome rest of your day, Exile.